What's up, everyone? My name is Spencer Mark. This is Sean Cabin, and this is our director, Johnny Cadman. Welcome to the second part of this two-part episode of The Spectrum Show.
In case you're confused about what he just said, that means you missed a video. There's another that came out yesterday at the time of this video's release that covers our first batch of discussions. So in case you missed that, feel free to go back and so you can catch up. Before you continue on with this part, though, you know, these reviews are pretty standalone anyway.
Yeah, I would say so.
So that being said, for our next discussion, we'll be talking about the latest film from director Steven Spielberg.
That guy's going places.
Disclosure Day. So guys, what are your spectrum of opinions on this film?
As my buddy Robert said, Unc still got it.
Yeah, I really enjoyed this film.
I admit I do have my mixed opinions about it, but it leans more towards the positive
I
side.
mean, yeah, there is a lot of hand-wavy, inspirational sci-fi psychic nonsense in this, but it's well made enough and well plotted enough, and like it's got good enough characters that's like, yeah, I buy it. I buy it.
This was a really good film, honestly. And so, want to care to do the plot and tell us what it is?
Basically, the plot follows Emily Blunt and Josh O'Connor. Yeah, Emily Blunt and Josh O'Connor, two parallel plot lines. Emily Blunt is like a weather woman, and Josh O'Connor is like, an IT tech sort of guy who worked for a weirdly, like it's non-governmental, but like tied into
sort of governmental.
Like it's officially non-governmental, but like it's deeply entrenched in like the State Department or whatever, and also like the president doesn't know about it, but also and a British guy's running it, but it's a bit weird and hand wavy, but
pretty complicated.
But like it's a minor factor. There is a funny scene where they explain that the reason it doesn't tell the president anything is because Nixon nearly blabbed about aliens.
Oh my god.
Is that actually accurate to history?
No!
Oh, okay, that's right.
Aliens don't exist, or at least
Okay.
we haven't proven them
Hey, the
to
government
exist.
came out and said that they exist, so they have to exist.
No, they said that the government came out and said that like they analyze unidentified aerial phenomenon. They did not say aliens exist.
Which means it has to be true.
That's not how that works. That's not how that works.
That's what they want you to think.
Oh my god. Anyway, two running plot lines. Emily Blunt is losing her mind because she's developing psychic powers, whereas Josh O'Connor is on the run because he stole alien secrets from this suspiciously non-governmental secret government organization.
Pretty much, yeah. And Coleman Domingo's there as like kind of the
Did
one
Nixon really reveal there were aliens to a guide? I'm sorry. Coleman Domingo is there basically providing like support for both of them and guiding them along the way towards Disclosure Day, like the ultimate project of a bunch of splinter cell members of the non-governmental government deep state organization that have decided they want people to know that aliens exist.
And if they do, as they should.
And, can I just say it's very weird they don't say the word alien in this movie?
I mean, they don't say the word zombie in The Last of Us.
Yeah, and that's stupid.
What?
They say zombies in Resident Evil because Resident Evil.
I like that. It makes them their own unique. Okay, to be fair, no, they're just.
They live in a. The only way I can accept that is if the people in The Last of Us did not live in a world where the concept of zombies is a thing. If actual people lived in that world, they would call them zombies.
Yeah, but it makes them their own unique creature in The Last of Us. But I digress.
It's not like it doesn't. It feels too hard. Like they think zombies a dirty word.
Okay,
it feels the same for Alien here. It feels the same for Jackson. Not now. Jackson, this is our review.
Anyways, let's talk about the performances because they are actually really good in this.
I agree. Steven Spielberg knows how to get good performances out of his actors.
Absolutely, and it's Spielberg, come on.
Yeah, and Emily Blunt, Josh O'Connor, he was in that third Knives Out movie. He was in Wake Up Dead Man, right? He was very good in that. He's very good here. There's a lot of great supporting performances. Coleman Domingo is great. Colin Firth is great.
You want to hear something funny? Yeah. I confused Josh O'Connor with Jack O'Connell from Sinners, and I thought they were the same person.
Would not be surprised.
They were kind of parallel in my mind, but Jack O'Connell and
Josh
Josh O'Connell.
It's J-O-C name.
Yeah, but they don't really look that much alike, aside from being brunette white dudes.
I'm terrible at recognizing faces, guys.
Fair enough. But overall, I think,
and. Yeah, there's a really good. There's some really good action too. It's a great looking
really
movie
good action.
because if there's one thing Spielberg really excels at, it's spectacle. Like
100%.
even in films where like he's not like they're not action movies strictly, he knows how to wring the most out of any given shot.
And it's very visually well done.
Yeah,
too.
I think he's definitely like a chief. Like everyone says he's a sentimental director, but I think he's chiefly a suspense director, akin to Hitchcock.
Well, I mean, he's both.
Yeah,
True.
He's both.
I'm not saying he isn't. Yeah.
So I got a very important question for you guys regarding the movie. What do we think of the ending? Because I know there's a lot of mixed opinions on it.
What, like the fact that the ending is basically a slideshow?
Well, that and also just some
Like
people,
how it cuts off.
like how
How it cuts. I feel like you can gauge like most of what the film is trying to say without seeing the exact like epilogue or complete end result of everything.
True. And I just remember.
I mean, we all know that she was going to say "fist my bump" in reference to Rocky from Project.
Oh my-
Hail Mary.
Shut up. Shut up.
But I will say, completely unrelated note, but I remember seeing this opening night I think it was opening night in the theater, but like my whole theater was just gawking at the screen. Like they were in nirvana at this point. I talked to a couple of the people afterwards and they were like, that was incredible.
Yeah, like
It's the truth.
Exactly. It's the
I do
truth.
think there was someone, a reviewer that I watched, who pointed out that a lot of this movie is about how you present a message and how that, and how that like deeply influences how people will accept it.
Yeah.
Because like basically the entire conflict of this movie is not getting the information out, but getting it out the right way.
Absolutely. Even if it means disclosing it to billions of people.
Yeah.
It's just questionable even on itself. But anyway, I digress.
I mean, I think like there's reasonable interest in making the information public.
Sure. But anything else or?
I mean, I do feel like the whole I feel like it's a little more optimistic that everyone will actually get that they're aliens.
I mean, part of the movie's thesis is that like if we understand that we're not alone in the universe, maybe we'll, cool off trying to do World War III. That's a running subplot.
I suppose.
Which, I feel is maybe a bit optimistic.
I mean, you could also make the argument that we're the only life in the universe as a reason to not start World War III, because then there will be no life at all.
Look, you can rhetorically repurpose anything to suit your ends, I guess. But I really do like the whole ending sequence, in that it just kind of lets itself be a bit quiet and reserved and just soak in the emotion of
and
the
the
world.
newscaster lady did a great acting job as
She
well.
really did, honestly.
Yeah. No, she's incredible. I think she was actually like
A real newscaster.
or someone at least with
They showed her
experience
real
in the
footage and
business.
just pressed record.
I mean, there are people who are joking that the ending of this movie was that Spielberg was gonna show an actual freaking alien.
Yeah, that's E.T.
That's true too, but also we did get it.
I mean, if anyone was gonna do it, it would be Spielberg.
Fair enough.
But I think there's a religious angle to it. Like Josh O'Connor's girlfriend is a former nun, and she's basically there. Like her purpose in the plot is, one, to facilitate some psychic-based subterfuge, and two, raise, as mentioned by multiple other people, raise the question of, what do aliens mean for the whole God thing?
Yeah.
It is an interesting point, I will say. It definitely adds a lot more.
And I like her journey, like what the sister said, like you never lost faith in God, but you need to regain your faith in humanity. I think that's
That's an incredible line too, by the way.
Yeah, but overall, I think this Spielberg guy is going places. He seems to have a real knack for this filmmaking.
Yeah, bright
thing.
future ahead of this guy. Yeah.
Regardless, I think this was a 10 out of 10 personally.
I mean, I'd go 8 or 9. The thing, Spielberg isn't flawless. He did do Ready Player One, but we need the money. Some people need the money.
Yeah, I'm gonna be a little bit more harsh. I'm gonna give it a 6, but it's all in good.
Wait, hold on. Let's go back to 6.
Okay, well,
I feel like we haven't.
That's a positive review. That's a positive review.
Yeah, but I don't feel like you've properly qualified that compared to us. You can understand why. You've seemed pretty positive so far, but there's 4 whole points
missing. You can still be positive and still give it a 6.
Okay, but what's taking the 4 points away?
Let's see. She didn't say fist my bump.
Oh my god.
Anyways, that wraps up our discussion on Disclosure Day. But don't go anywhere. We have another DC Studios review right after this. We'll be right back, folks.
Listen.
Welcome back, everyone. We're the cast of The Spectrum Show, and for our next discussion, we'll be talking about DC Studios' recently released film, Supergirl. So, guys, what's your spectrum of opinions on this film?
It's fine.
Yeah, pretty accurate.
It's fine. Nothing spectacular.
Honestly, I don't even know if I'd be as hard on this one relative to expectations, but like, I'm just gonna look at this.
Yeah.
Look at this art.
Oh my god.
Look at this.
It
Look at this.
it's pretty-
This is the story they're adapting. And like the movie doesn't look like the worst, but it does not look like this.
It doesn't very good either. Like it's very brownish.
Yeah, it's very like.
Looks pretty rough.
Like even just
rough.
like looking at the cover. Like, you know, I don't even hate. I don't even really hate it. It's hard to work up any strong emotions about that. But beyond, why does it look like that?
Yeah, and it's pretty, and much like Masters of the Universe, is arguably more basic, I'd say. Or what do you?
Honestly, kinda, because at least Masters of the Universe is like aggressively weird and like in keeping with the spirit of He-Man.
This isn't even weird in the slightest. It's just pretty basic.
Like, and again, the comic was weird. It has Comet the Super Horse, Red Kryptonite. Like, yeah, that's not that weird comparatively speaking, but it's something weird.
Yeah. So
Like, there's a super dog in this movie, bro.
yeah,
And Lobo is here. Lobo, and you're suddenly like, hey, you know what? Let's dial Lobo back a bit.
which is not what's supposed to happen, as far as I know.
Anyway, Kara Zor-El is Superman's cousin. She's Supergirl, kind of, but mostly, like, she's just dealing with the trauma of her entire planet blowing up, then the section of the city that escaped from the planet blowing up, dying slowly to radiation poisoning. So yeah, she's doing great, as evidenced by the fact that she's going around planets with red suns that dampen her powers to get rip-roaring drunk. But, you know, then, like, she's approached by this girl whose parents were killed by a bunch of space human traffickers.
Yeah.
They poisoned Crypto the super dog, and she's like, okay, I'm going along with you to get the antidote to help my dog, and also maybe make sure you don't get revenge. Maybe. Kind of.
Yeah.
Not really.
Yeah, it's a lot, but not a lot at the same time.
Yeah, no, that's actually a very good way of putting it. Like, because it feels kind of like there's a lot going on, but when you get down to brass tacks, it's a pretty by-the-numbers revenge story, and like a lot of it is mostly centered on Ruthai's, Kara's companion, her deal with the villain Krem of the Yellow Hills, and like. Even in the original story, Krem is not a particularly interesting bad guy, but like
it's especially played up in this.
Yeah, because like the original story, Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow, is very narration heavy. Like a lot of it is Ruthai like recounting her adventure in retrospect, talking about Supergirl and her history, and like But, like, you can imagine a version of this movie where, like, 90% of it is just Ruthai friggin' talking over everything that's happening, and that sounds even more miserable. Because, like, that kind of thing just doesn't fly in, like, film as much.
And definitely not as much as it used to, at the very least. Or at all, for that matter.
Yeah. So, the main addition, big addition to the plot is Lobo, who was originally intended to be in Woman of Tomorrow, and
who once again Jason Momoa once again teams up with the Targaryen princess.
Targaryen? She's Kryptonian. Wait, what?
No, that's a reference to House of the Dragon. Who Millie Alcock is in.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I don't watch Game of Thrones. I haven't watched.
But anyway, I digress.
But like, the weird thing about his Lobo is that, you know, he does Lobo things. He swings a chain around, blows stuff up, rides a bike, smokes, drinks, kicks. But like, kind of in a normal tough dude kind of way, when like
he's actually supposed to be more unhinged in the comics.
Again, look at this. Look at this art. Look at how absolutely unbelievably unhinged this guy is. Like, he is not serious.
Yeah,
he is not serious in the slightest.
He's just unhinged.
Whereas, like, Lobo in this movie looks angry to be around half the time. Like he just like he doesn't have the, and there is actually an interesting thematic opportunity with Lobo and Supergirl, because Lobo is the last survivor of the Zarnians because he killed all the other Zarnians.
Crazy.
Like he wanted to be the last survivor. He wanted to destroy his entire race.
Goes Phil on Viltrumite.
Well, here's the thing. The Zarnians were actually like one of the most peaceful race in the galaxy, and Lobo was apparently just like all of their evil, like all of the evil they never had condensed into one being. And that's his entire deal. He's supposed to be over the top. He's supposed to be borderline parodic. And even compared to James Gunn's Superman, he's weirdly restrained. Like, most of the stuff he does is normal badass stuff. There's none of the, like, absolutely insane feats he gets up to. There's no, every time he bleeds, a single drop of blood creates another full Lobo type stuff. Like, there's none of that.
Did that actually happen? Or?
Yes.
Oh my god.
Like, I cannot impress upon you how ridiculous Lobo's lore is.
It's just pure insanity.
But, like, part of the reason it's hard to, like, describe the plot of this movie is just there's not a lot to describe. Like, there is an angle of, like, human trafficking and stuff, but it's mostly just an aesthetic thing. It doesn't really have anything to say about the nature of human trafficking or how this affects people beyond, gee, that sure does suck.
Yeah, and honestly, like, I like it when villains are just evil for the sake of being evil, but it doesn't always work. Like when it does, that's when it does.
At least make them memorable.
Yeah,
if
exactly.
they're gonna be purely evil, make them memorable.
Like,
exactly.
The thing about Krem in this is, Krem I think is maybe more acceptable in a comic because people who read Woman of Tomorrow read other Supergirl comics. Whereas in a movie, you kind of want your villain to maybe have a bit more aesthetic identity or presence.
Absolutely, I think.
Like, the thing is, like, superhero movies still kind of take from the title fight era of comics when what sold a comic was, Spider-Man versus the Juggernaut or the Vulture. Like, it was, you went to see a superhero punch a specific bad guy, how they matched up. And honestly, the movies are still very much like that. And it's like no one is going to a movie to see Supergirl fight Krem of the Yellow Hills.
Yeah, I would say so.
Because really, he's more Ruthie's bad guy. Like,
that is actually kind of true. Actually, I would definitely.
And
agree
like
with
that's what I think makes it work in this story. And like part of what makes Women of Tomorrow work is that a lot of it is about the journey. Like they take stops and like they're sort of their own self-contained thing. Like in the book, they stop on a planet that's like, subjected one half of its people to a genocide already, and they're kind of just left wondering, well, what do we do now?
Yeah.
Like, the genocide's already happened. What do we do to all these people? Like, do we just, like, how do we, like, take this entire society to justice? And, like, a recurring notion is just that we're too small to handle it, even in our power. And, like, there's none of that here.
And that's just a shame, honestly.
Like, there's complicated moral things going on in that. And then you get to the ending of this, and you read the interview where you realize the director or writer or whatever just didn't realize what was going on in the ending of the book. And a lot of this is me just, like, ripping on the original, like, ripping on it and comparing it to the original.
Yeah.
And, like, I feel, and in some ways that's unfair. In some ways that's unfair, because a movie is kind of its own thing, right?
Yeah, I mean, it absolutely is, and this is just not the best example of it. I guess.
No, like, I enjoy Batman Returns, and Batman Returns bears no coherent resemblance to the comics if you know your comics.
Fair enough.
But, like, this one was positioning itself very squarely as an adaptation of Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow.
And it wasn't at all.
And, well, no, it is. That's the thing. Even compared to a lot of adaptations, it is fairly direct. Like, in terms of its plot structure, lifting certain visual tableaus and plot beats. Like, compared to this, it's more a Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow movie than, like, Civil War, Captain America Civil War directly adapting Civil War.
True.
But, it got a bunch of, like, the structure right, but in terms of the book's soul, like, why people read it.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. If I were to briefly try to assess this on its own merits, like, Millie Alcock does a very good job with what she has. Like, I do think that she really knocks it out of the park with
Agreed.
this specific interpretation of the character. Ruth-Eye's actor is pretty good too, and Jason Momoa, even if he's not playing the Lobo I want to see, is
Still
playing a
entertaining.
pretty good Lobo. Crime is like, well, he's an act. Like, I'm not saying the performance is bad; it's just not very memorable.
Fair enough.
And those are really the only 4 main actors.
Pretty much, yeah.
Occasionally you get a fun set piece, like there's some teleporting tech pirates they fight.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
and Seth Rogen is in it briefly as a cameo.
Oh, that's right.
As the
Yeah.
rip-off Star Wars character.
I remember.
Yeah, like there's some cool action here and there, and like I get kind of conceptually what they're going for. I like a lot of the flashbacks to Krypton. I think it's deeply funny how this movie reveals that Jor-El from Superman is just like a weirdo who no one likes, even on Krypton. They're like, that guy's like saying his son is going to conquer all these other planets. What a weirdo.
Yeah.
But otherwise, yeah, I'm sorry. I've been talking way too
No,
much.
no,
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 please,
no.
it's-
You're
it's
knowledgeable
valid-
on the comics. Do you want to talk about the comics you have right here?
Yeah, well, I think I'll take the opportunity to plug. DC is publishing a lot of these finest collections for classic material, and this is the Supergirl debut stuff, her being introduced, coming to Earth from Krypton. This is Peter. We'll get into that. Bizarro Girl, which is one of the most, well-liked storylines from Sterling Gates' run. The New 52 reboot, which is a bit of a darker interpretation, where she's very angsty about like the destruction of Krypton, leads into a very fun story at the end where she becomes a Red Lantern for a little bit.
Oh, cool.
This one's by Sophie Campbell, is a bit more all ages, a bit more lighthearted, goes into her relationship with Les Lallar and Lena Luthor. It's a pretty fun time. And Woman of Tomorrow is the better version of the movie I just spent a long time talking about. Lobo has a lot of stuff. You really want to look for a lot of the Keith Giffen stuff, but also we got this Sam Keith thing that's pretty wild. And this Mariko Tamaki's Crushin' Lobo, which is about Lobo's incredibly dysfunctional relationship with his daughter.
And then you were going to talk about this one?
And this one, where after Crisis on Infinite Earths, DC didn't want to have any Kryptonians other than Superman, so they made a blob of goo called her Supergirl, and then she went on to possess someone else. It's weird, but it's also really good.
Okay, so any final thoughts?
Yeah, 6 out of 10.
Yeah, I feel
I don't know.
5.5 out of 10.
Fundamentally, there isn't a lot of what I find wrong with it is just that I know it can be done better, and there is some fun stuff going on in here. Like some of the action's fun. Like the plot isn't totally butchered, even if the ending is.
I'm gonna be the harshest of you. I'm gonna give it a 3 out of 10.
I can't even really argue with that, but I would say that I've seen 3 out of 10. I can't argue with that too hard because don't really It's just 3 out of 10's that's really getting down there. Really getting down there. Doesn't even.
I could bump it up to a 4, but that's being
doesn't even meet basic stuff. This meets at least some basic stuff, which is damning with faint praise, I guess.
Yeah.
But 4, I feel like that's acceptable.
Yeah, so that being said, I think we're going to move on to our last discussion. And guys, quite literally, this is a big one. Literally.
Yeah, no, this is probably one of the biggest movies of the summer.
100%. And
next to Spider-Man, really.
Yeah, and we also might be introducing a new cast member into the mix. So I wonder who that could be. So stay tuned. The Spectrum Show will be right back. Welcome back, everyone. We are the cast of The Spectrum Show, and it's time for our last discussion of this 2-part episode. But before we reveal what that is, you might notice we might have a new face joining us today. So that being said, why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself and tell us how we know each other?
Yeah, sure. So I'm Allie. I'm the community manager of The Spectrum Show. I do a lot of behind-the-scenes work for these guys. I do a lot of pictures for them. I've helped do some of the social media stuff for them. The Summer Spectrum 2024 poster, that was me. And then I've also helped moderate some of the streams. You might have seen me comment there. And I know Spencer from when we went to middle school together, and he told me about the show. And I was like, yeah, I'll be your community manager. And here we are.
Yeah. Now for the elephant, or rather the horse in the room, we'll be talking about the latest blockbuster from director Sir Christopher Nolan, The Odyssey. So guys, what are your Spectrum opinions on this film?
This was crazy.
This was
crazy.
This was an experience to say the least.
Crazy.
Homer would be proud.
Yes.
He would. any fans of Greek mythology history, I think will love this film. If you've read the book in high school, I know I have like bits and pieces here.
I did not actually.
You know.
I actually did not. I had to watch a summary video in order to get ready for this. I'm not even joking. Yeah, how embarrassing is that?
I had to read like probably 20-30% of the book, and like, I mean, I still have like, we still got like the general story, but even if you did read the full thing, or maybe it's 20%, and or like this guy who didn't read any of it and read the Cliff Note version,
yeah.
you've heard of the Odyssey. There's
I've heard of it beforehand, but I just didn't read it.
I mean, we had 2,000 years to get in on the fandom.
Well, that's true. So,
and then a million adaptions that like
so
follow it.
you want to tell us the story of this, Donnie?
Yes. Okay, so a man, a war. Okay, I'm actually putting this away. We're not doing that anymore. If you know, you know. But anyway, it's about the Greek hero Odysseus, who is coming home from the Trojan War, or rather, he's trying to get home from the Trojan War because the gods keep throwing stuff all of his way, and at the same time, in the present. That takes over the course of 20 years in the Trojan War for 10 years trying to get back home. And in the present, his son Telemachus is trying to find word of his father so that his mother, Freudian slip, his mother, Penelope, won't have to marry one of her suitors who are trying to get her after 20 years of Odysseus not being on the island of Ithaca. So, and yeah.
If that sounds like a lot.
Yeah.
You had
because it is.
You had 2,000 years to get in on the lore of this story.
Yeah, but overall, what an experience this film was.
Oh my god! I mean, like, I'm not sure if any of you guys like saw it in like IMAX, but like,
we did.
Well, I saw it like kind of the regular format. Even the regular format, this is like crazy loud. Like, it's loud. It's loud.
Oh, that's like we saw it at the Reading IMAX theater, and it was like. I had to cover my ears sometimes. It was like, it was aggressively loud.
It was aggressively loud, and I'm someone who's like, keep in mind, I'm a back bay girly. I've ridden the train, passed through the Boylston turn, and I'm fine. I've never had to cover my ears more than in film than this one. This was a little,
like to the point where I was like, if you have sensory issues, do not watch that.
Also, can we just say, for those who have epilepsy. Or any like sensory issues, a light, sound. Do your research on Odyssey. This does involve a lot of flashing lights, a lot of loud sounds.
Excellent point.
Yeah, please.
And it's pretty violent as well.
Yeah, it's also very violent. It's graphic if you.
But not like blood and gore and stuff like that.
No. It's like
a different kind of.
It's different kind.
It's grotesque. Like there's one specific scene, like horrific scene.
That
like involving
Circe,
poor scene.
Yeah, the one with the pigs and stuff. Yeah.
There's just a lot happening in this movie.
So Miss Piggy, if you're watching this, don't go to see the Odyssey.
Oh my God!
You won't look at any Peppa Pig, Miss Piggy the same way after this. That's all.
Anyways, we need to talk about the performances because oh my God, they are good in this.
Also, can I just mention Travis Scott's like literally opening the film for us?
Yeah.
Opening the film.
Which is a power move right there.
That's a power. Yeah, I mean, I did not expect Travis Scott to be in this film. And I was like, who's in the intro? Like, what?
I was like, is that who I think it is?
Yeah, I was like, is there someone from Black Panther?
I think because he made the song for Tenet is the reason he had some involvement in the soundtrack for that. So I think that was why.
And also just because he's a rapper, he's already like a lyrical storyteller. So it makes sense for him to open up like the poem, the Odyssey.
And Christopher Nolan highly respects Travis Scott, so
it makes sense because that's how people would have heard the story originally, like verbally thousands of years ago.
Yeah, and this is a story that was orally told before it was like written down, so it does make sense. That kind of does fall within like the whole like.
It absolutely does.
Format, you know.
Yes, and I think, and what you're saying about Travis Scott, like I think he did the song for this too, and he did it with James Blake, I believe.
Oh, okay. I did not know that.
So that might have to be up for soundtrack for Spectrum Awards. Maybe wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
We will see.
Yes, but honestly, like all the performances, especially the three main ones from Matt Damon, from Tom Holland, and Anne Hathaway, are the standouts.
Yeah, they got. I was like about to say they got people from like the MCU in this.
The John Bernthal, Lupita Nyong'o.
Yeah. Who needs Doomsday when you have Spider-Man, MJ, the Martian,
I was about to say
the Catwoman, the Batman.
They're like Christopher Nolan's getting like the MCU universe together, like a week before Spider-Man.
And Charlize Theron is also incredible in this.
Yeah, Furiosa.
Yeah.
Furiosa.
All in the same movie.
They're like, I'm just gonna throw everyone in the MCU in this and like just recreate the greatest Greek story ever told.
Plus Batman because Robert Pattinson.
Yeah, and the DCU.
But honestly, it was just such a feast for the eyes and ears.
Yeah, you're gonna have to see it for yourself to like understand like what we're talking about. It's long.
If you really want to get a really good sense of it, try and do it in a premium format like Dolby or IMAX if you can.
Yeah, and on 70mm too.
Yeah, 70mm is probably even crazier, honestly.
And to mention that Christopher Nolan did film everything on an IMAX camera, so when you're watching IMAX, it's exactly the way he wanted.
Yeah, and the whole film is the
whole thing.
143.
I kid you not, it's like an 11-mile like roll of film, and like there's giant machines of IMAX like cameras and like film being sent to theaters like.
It's absurd.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like the production level of this thing is like actually insane, and they actually go to the locations of like Greece, and, like all those.
Like it's all on location.
It's all on location. No green screens. No like I don't know CGI.
Yeah, because it's Christopher Nolan.
Yeah, they even used the giant puppet for the Cyclops.
Which that scene was that was the first scene where it was like, oh my god, this is loud.
That was scary. That was
intense. I think there was some mythology references in that scene, I believe. So
there's a lot.
I mean, it's the Cyclops.
There's a lot.
Yeah.
Well, in the sense that it references other mythological texts and
Yeah.
paintings and arts and whatnot.
So speaking of mythology, I was surprised that we only really see Zendaya as Athena and don't see any other gods. I mean, we saw
5
Hades.
minutes of screen time.
Yeah.
She only got 5 minutes of screen
Yeah, because
What?
Christopher Nolan can afford it.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
also-
hey, Travis
and
Scott
also-
only got barely a minute of screen time.
I will also say, like, it is odd that we didn't see Zeus or Poseidon and the people who played them because like they keep mentioning them.
They
They're
keep
like,
on mentioning them, but, like,
we
they're
never
kind of-
saw them.
Like maybe
They're
like
the
if like
gods,
the whole
so-
thing were in Odysseus' head, like it was his belief in the gods rather than actually existing. But no, they exist. The
Yeah, they
Cyclops
existed.
exists. The underworld exists. Like mythology exists.
I
in
think
this world.
even Bill Irwin plays Hades. I think.
No, the Cyclops. No,
The
I thought
Cyclops.
the Cyclops.
But who
Yeah.
was the one who played Hades in that?
I thought that was Ray Fiennes.
Oh, you're right. It was Ray. I think you might be right on that one. But honestly, everyone did so good in this. It's like it's the level of talent in this is just plain stupid at this point.
It was so good. I mean, you're gonna have to see it for yourself because, like,
Yeah, I mean, granted,
It's
there's not a lot of
crazy.
spoilers because it's been around for
Oh yeah, and let's
thousands of
mention the
years.
Trojan horse as well.
the
Oh my
Trojan
god!
house,
And I
yeah.
forgot to mention this. Really, if you guys remember back when we reviewed Avatar, we saw that scene when we saw it in IMAX. It was the craziest experience, and the theater that I was in applauded for that prologue. It was insane.
Yeah.
And we're like, I was like, who applauds for a prologue? Like, but seeing the full scene was next level.
Yeah, and they even have the Trojan horse on display, like
In
the
Los Angeles, I
Yeah,
think.
in Los Angeles at the Universal Studios like cinema, like right in, like smack dab in front of it.
Yeah,
This is the life
and
size
actually,
of it.
one of our friends who previously worked in the Special Show, Tommy, who you might remember from some of the earlier live streams, he was in Los Angeles and saw it. He has a picture, and I'll see if I can put that on screen. I'll send it to you, Donnie, so you can.
Did he get the popcorn bucket?
I did not know.
I did not.
That thing's like $60. You crazy?
Yeah.
$60.
I'm waiting to get my Spider-Man one and my
Yeah.
Avengers one.
And the Minions one, Minions and Monsters.
I'm happy with the
I didn't
regular
get that.
one.
The IMAX
Yeah.
popcorn bucket.
Oh my god! But yeah, if you're in for a crazy experience, definitely watch this film. What would we rate it, folks?
I would give it a solid 8 out of 10.
I'd give it a 7 out of 10.
It's long. It's long. I mean,
I'll
if you
give-
take a bathroom break, take the bathroom break. Seriously, it's okay.
Yeah, I would give it. I'm gonna be generous and say 8.5 out of 10.
Yeah. And you're on the ocean most of the movie, so it's gonna torture you.
Yeah.
And it's gonna be aggressively loud, so just
Yeah.
be warned.
And there are times where it does feel like there's some parts that are like really intriguing and grab you, and then there are times where it's like, okay, can we just wrap this up?
Kind of like the actual
Please?
Odyssey.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
But I think that's entirely by design. That being
Yeah.
said, so yeah, that wraps up our discussion.
Oh,
of the
but
odds.
first of all, I just real quick want to plug the original Odyssey series from the 90s. It is not as good as this one, but it has a nostalgic place in my heart because I watched it in freshman English class. So yeah, check that out for a good, scary good time.
Yeah, and Sean is also going to see it as well, probably later. But anyway, that wraps up our discussion on the Odyssey. But stay tuned. We're going to be back one more time to wrap up this episode. We'll be right back.
Wait, Allie, do it.
See you in a moment.
Well, guys, I think this episode has certainly been one for the books. And if you look around, you might notice this is the entire time the first time the entire team is together on camera. So this is a huge moment for us, honestly.
We're very glad to have you here, Ali, and we're like, it's so nice to have more people helping out. Like, it's just a better atmosphere.
Thank you so
100%.
much, guys. Thank you.
Oh yeah, we're just passing the mic if you can.
So that being said, we hope you guys enjoyed this episode as much as we had making it. If you did, feel free to leave a like, a friendly comment, share these episodes with your family and friends, and subscribe to our YouTube channel with notifications on so you don't miss any new uploads we've got planned for the future.
Be sure to follow us on Facebook, Threads, Instagram, Snapchat, Twitch, TikTok, Letterboxd, and join our Discord and server. Become a member on Patreon for just $1 a month to get access to bonus content you can't get anywhere else.
More people on that Discord
Yes,
server.
we do.
It's still just the three of us.
Which, by the way, speaking of the Patreon, I just posted a reaction video to the Avengers Doomsday trailer, so go check that out. Also, like we said earlier, thank you so much to Ali for helping us in this episode. I think she did a fantastic job. Give her a round of applause, folks.
Thank you.
You have, in fact, earned it.
Yeah, 100%. She's been off camera for way too long, so that being
Hold on a second. My turn. Speaking of her and her involvement with the community, I need to. Oh no, never mind. Speaking of her and her involvement with the community,
we'll fix that in editing.
Yeah.
Bloop. Speaking of her and her involvement with the community, keeping.
What's going on here?
Speaking of her and her involvement with the community, keep an eye on our socials as we started to post new short-form videos called Spectrum Show Specs, which are shorter reviews that are made immediately coming out of the theater after seeing a film or similar production that may or may not appear in an episode of The Spectrum Show.
All right. So in case you want to see other films, shows, or productions that may not appear in these main videos, check out our spec reviews on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube Shorts to get more out of The Spectrum Show and its increasing library of content. With that out of the way, thank you so much for watching The Spectrum Show. We are the cast of The Spectrum Show. And until next episode,
Good night, everybody. Sweet Jesus.
We barely got out of that.
no, oh my god, I was like so nervous too.
You did such a good job.
Honestly,
It was like flying and I had.
I thought it was more like.
I did the best I could.
That was your first review, girl.
My first one, and I'm just only spoke for 5 minutes on camera already.
That's actually the most accurate.
Yeah, boy. Let's go, baby.
Cool. Anything else you want to say to the camera before I say?
Yeah, we should do this again sometimes.
That's all.
Okay.